Macros are in-game programming that allow you to change how your spells work. They're a series of numbers and symbols that change how your spells interact with the world, and that, in my definition, is magic. So, I'm going to show you a bit of magic, a general macro that's useful for almost any class. Most of the time when people hear macros, they think it's really scary and intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. This is a simple macro that I've shared with many friends over the years that will change the way you play World of Warcraft. It's simple and any class can use it as long as you can copy and paste. With this macro, you have the ability to plug in information in 3 slots. The spell name that you want to show, a healing spell, and a damage spell. All you do is delete the capital letters, go to your spell book, and shift-click the spell you want to be in that place. The function of this is that when you mouse over a target, it will cast that spell at that target. The advantage to this is that you don't have to mouse over someone, click them, and then cast the spell. You can just already be casting it as soon as you mouse over them. Let's say you're a demon hunter and you're fighting the boss. There's a monster over to the left and it's casting a spell and needs to be stopped. Without this macro, you would have to mouse over the enemy, target it, interrupt it, and then target back onto the boss and continue your DPS rotation. With the mouse over macro method, you can interrupt without actually losing any DPS on the boss. It's almost a must-have for healers in my opinion, as you can easily heal a clustered group of people with mouse over macros. The dual nature of this macro allows you to put a damage spell and a healing spell on the same button and greatly consolidate your interface. For example, on my priest, I have my shadow word pain on the same button as my power word shield. They're both instant cast spells, they're of different classes, and their function changes depending on who I mouse over. If I mouse over an enemy, it'll cast shadow word pain. If I mouse over a friendly target, it will cast power word shield. I do this for almost all of my spells on healer classes and or hybrid classes such as druid that can spec into restoration affinity. Check the description for the macro and just copy and paste it into your macro command by pressing enter and typing /macro to bring up the interface. To create a new macro, hit the new button, select an icon and name it if you so desire, and begin plugging things in. Think about useful combinations and spells that work similarly to one another but do different things. For example, on a balanced druid, I might put Moonfire and Rejuvenation on the same button, because if you think about it, it's the same type of magic, it just changes depending on who the target is. One is a damage over time spell, one is a heal over time spell. And using this macro, you can convert it into one spell. Thanks for listening and good luck with the macro.